BESA expands audit enforcement as compliance bar rises. The Building Engineering Services Association, BESA, has suspended 5 member companies for failing to meet the requirements of its Independent Competence Assessment Standard, CS, audit, extending a compliance crackdown that saw 14 firms suspended last year. The move reflects a broader shift underway in the UK building engineering sector. Technical competence, financial stability, and demonstrable duty of care are increasingly being enforced, not assumed, by industry bodies aligned with post-Grenfell regulatory reform. BESA's counsel said the suspensions are part of an ongoing effort to raise professional and technical standards across the sector and ensure member companies continue to meet the conditions of membership, not just at entry, but on an ongoing basis. Audit failures highlight gaps in business and technical readiness. The suspended firms failed to meet the threshold required under BESA's CAS, which evaluates a company's business practices, financial solvency, insurance coverage, health and safety systems, and technical competence. Membership in BESA requires firms to meet the standard at audit and maintain compliance thereafter, an expectation that is becoming more consequential as clients and regulators demand clearer evidence of competence across the construction supply chain. According to BESA, the current pass rate for companies achieving zero noncompliance at audit stands at 62%, indicating that a significant portion of the market still has work to do to meet legal and ethical responsibilities. Alignment with the Building Safety Act raises the stakes. BESA's competence framework is aligned with the Build UK Common Assessment Standard and supports the UK government's objectives under the Building Safety Act, which places heightened responsibility on those involved in the design, construction, and maintenance of buildings. That alignment matters for procurement teams and asset owners. Specifying contractors without demonstrable competence now carries greater legal and reputational exposure, particularly in higher-risk buildings. We do not suspend members lightly, but take our wider responsibilities to the industry and its ultimate clients, building occupants, extremely seriously, said David Fries, BESA's chief executive officer. Membership as a compliance signal, not a marketing badge. Fries acknowledged that suspending member firms may appear counterintuitive for a trade association, but argued that credibility depends on enforcement. It might seem counterintuitive for a membership body to suspend or reject companies, but membership needs to stand for something, he said. We would always favor quality over quantity. BESA reports that applications for membership have increased, even as enforcement has tightened, suggesting that verified competence is becoming a market differentiator rather than a barrier. Supply chains under growing scrutiny. BESA has also launched a member pledge initiative, with several large member firms committing to place professional and technical competence at the center of their operations, and to require the same standards from their supply chains. Supply chain firms are being encouraged to seek BESA membership as a way to demonstrate compliance through independent technical audit, reducing risk for clients seeking to meet their own duty of care obligations in procurement. Our companies are leading our part of the construction industry, rejecting the race to the bottom and working towards our vision of a better industry, one that is competent, compliant, and sustainable, Fries said. Why this matters beyond BESA. The suspensions underscore a wider recalibration in construction and building services. Competence is shifting from a reputational attribute to a verifiable requirement. For clients, insurers, and regulators, independent audits increasingly function as risk screens, not optional credentials. BESA's message is clear. Superficial conformity is no longer sufficient, and associations are prepared to enforce standards even at the cost of shrinking membership. You've been listening to Sustainability Soundbites by Environment and Energy Leader. For partnership opportunities, please reach out to our team.